Hi, this is Ann Tucker, and welcome to our Wisdom Soup community. I'm here with Lisa Campion, and Lisa is going to be one of our speakers at the upcoming Wisdom Soup Spirit Summit. So to get you guys as excited about this event as I am, I'm going to be introducing you to all the different speakers over the next couple of weeks. So last week, I interviewed Donna Thomas, and you can find that introduction here on the Wisdom Soup Facebook page. And today, I'm here with Lisa Campion, who I'm super excited to introduce you to. I met Lisa originally through her radio show and have had her come and speak at the Wisdom Soup San Diego meetup and love her work. And I'm really excited to introduce you to it. So here she is, Lisa. Very nice to introduce everybody to you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me today, Ann. And I'm super excited about the summit. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about what your topic is going to be for the event?
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to talk about how to manage yourself if you're very sensitive, if you're an empath. I think a lot of people are waking up to their empathic abilities. So lots of people are realizing that that's what they are. It's sort of the highly sensitive person, you know, and I have kind of a unique take on the empath that I feel like the gifts of empathy, the ability to feel what other people are feeling, as if it's your feeling in their body. So physical empathy is we feel in our body what other people are feeling in their body. And then we have emotional empathy too. Those are really the tools of the healer. So I believe deeply that it's a spiritual gift and that people who are sensitive like that are meant to be healers. And my life work or my passion in living is to train psychics, healers, and empaths to fully step into their gifts, because I think the world needs all the healers it can get.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I do know in my own healing that when I'm working with a client, I sort of use all of the different sensory tools that I have, but that feeling, that being able to feel another person's energy is an enormous source of feedback in the process.
So I mean, it just helps us. Like, it's very torturous if you don't know what it's for. It feels like the world is out to get you, and it's a big curse, and you're like, why am I like this? Throw that gift back, you know? So we figure out that it's for being a healer, and then what we need some basic energy management tools. So we need to learn how to manage our energy, how to ground and protect and clear, so we can actually go out in the world and do what we're meant to do. There's this catch-22 with empaths where if we're healers, it means we actually have to deal with other people and be in the world. And that's hard for us until we learn how to manage our energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you talk about that a little bit in your fantastic book, The Art of Psychic Reike, which is currently a bestseller, and it's in its third printing, is that right?
Yeah, just in its third printing, yeah.
Since when did you release it? It hasn't been that long.
Just in October.
That is so fantastic. And you're already working on book 2, right?
Yes, book 2 is totally about this topic. It's called Energy Healing for Empaths. And it's really, really deeply into this work around how do we manage our energy, how do we manage our relationships with other people, because empaths tend to be drawn. There's a lot of talk now about the empaths and the narcissists, or empaths and energy vampires, you know, which is a lot about what I'm going to talk about at the summit, and also what I'm working in my next book about.
Yeah, very cool. So I wanted to ask you, you mentioned it in your book, through your own clairvoyance, as you've sort of found your way along your path, that you had some pretty interesting experiences along the way. I was wondering if you would share maybe one of those highlights with us.
Sure. You know what? I was like one of those I see dead people kids, you know, and it was weird back then, like back in the 60s and 70s when I was a kid, and it was very unpopular to be psychic. It wasn't something you were really supposed to talk about. But I had to sort of figure out how to deal with that on my own. But I was always seeing things that other people couldn't see, from good things and bad things. So I'd see things like, you know, angels, and which never looked like people with wings to me. They look more like columns of light, and they're very big and very powerful. And when I was a kid, they would come into my room and they would scare me a little bit, actually, because they're so big and so powerful and kind of intense.
Yeah.
You know, and I would see it when I was like 6 years old. I was driving in the car with my parents, and there was a car accident on the side of the road, and everybody was stopped, and sort of the traffic was crawling by. And I could see there was 2 people lying on the side of the road, and they had EMTs and things working on them. And one of them had this big column of light. It was like a spotlight coming down, and I could see this figure over that person and the EMT. And I was like, oh, that person's gonna live. I just knew it. And then the next person had this like black looked like a funnel cloud from a tornado that was there. And I also knew that it was an angel. It was just it was like a different kind of angel. And I was like, I knew that person was going to die or it was already dead.
Oh, wow.
I'm like 6 years old in the car, like looking out the window.
Hiding in the seat. Yeah, hiding in the seat, I imagine.
You know, and you can't
Wow.
tell anybody about it, really. I mean, my parents would listen, but they didn't know what to say, you know. And I just knew that's what it was. And it was so amazing to me to kind of grow up and find other spiritual people that I could talk to and share experiences. So I really love helping people understand their psychic ability, because I think it's known and people hide it, you know, and it makes you feel like you're crazy, or it makes you worry that other people are going to think you're crazy. So there's this incredibly healing thing that happens when we're able to talk with each other, to validate our experiences, to share them. That's what I really like to do.
Oh gosh, you're so right about that. That's one of the big benefits that I get from having started Wisdom Soup, which, as you know, is not only just the event and the app, but it's also the community. And part of the reason I started it was to find other people that were on the path that I could relate to, that I could talk to, because it's so helpful along your journey to be able to sort of ping off other people and find out what they're reading and find out how they're growing. It informs your own journey. It's incredibly helpful.
And I think people are getting more so at this time of the world that we live in. People's psychic gifts are really popping open. So I see a lot of people going through sudden psychic openings, and the young kids that are coming in, teenagers and young kids, are more psychic than ever. So everybody's, I think, blossoming and opening up their gifts right now. It's very exciting for me.
Oh yeah. So I have to ask you, with the two angels that you saw on the side of the road, do you think that, so the one angel that's healing, that's like, that makes sense. For the vortex angel, do you think that is like maybe a different type of angel that helps the person cross over? Or what do you think? What do you think that's about?
I thought it was an angel. Like, I wasn't scared of it. It didn't seem evil or anything. I just knew it was helping the person leave, you know, that it was sort of like an angel of death, or some spirit that was there to help the person transition off the planet, you know. And I remember when I was 3, my sister was born, and my dad took me to the hospital, and you look through the little window at all the babies in the nursery. That was like back then. The same thing. I saw these beings swooping in and out of the nursery, and I just knew that. And I could see a lot of ancestor spirits like around the cribs, like looking at this. There was this little Asian baby there, and there was like 100 of the ancestors, like looking down, like, you know, and then there was these beings come like swooping around the babies, and I just knew they were helping the soul get into the body, like transition. And I think that the darker one that I saw was the same thing, helping going out, like coming in and we need help going out.
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure everybody knows that you are also one of the teachers on the Wisdom Soup app, and that you do offer sessions and classes and all kinds of things. So can you tell everybody what you're currently offering on the Wisdom Soup app?
Yep. So I have sessions available, hour sessions for soul readings is what I call them. So really to look at who you are at the level of the soul, so we understand like where we've been, what our past lives are, where we're going, what we're for, what our life purpose is. So I have a special on there right now. And I have psychic development classes that sort of come and go, depending on whether I'm offering them or not. But right now I have the soul readings up on the
That's fantastic. So if you guys don't have the Wisdom Soup app, it's available on the App Store or on Google Play. You just search Wisdom Soup and it'll come up. And if you look under readings, you'll see Lisa Campion underneath there. And she actually says she is right now, leading up to the summit, running a special just on the Wisdom Soup app. So, and her sessions are fantastic. So as you can tell from talking with her, she is amazing to work with. So, all right. Well, Lisa, I'm super excited to have you come to Seattle and to hang out with you and to have you at the summit. It's going to be awesome. I love to show everybody the caliber and the quality of the people that are attracted and that come into this group and this event. And you are definitely a great representation of that. So thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to go. It's going to be so much fun.
All right. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody. See you next time. I'll let you know when the next interview is coming. Bye-bye.